Touch the leads together.
Check it to make sure it works, right? Set of domes, touch the leads together. Better go to 0. If it doesn't, that means my leads are probably bad, or maybe the battery's bad, or both, okay? All right, so that's good. All right. So somebody got a piece of scrap paper. Remember, we're not going to be drawing on the side of my ears. That's called graffiti, okay? That ain't no good. Right here. You make the diagram. What's that? No, not for this. Okay, so on this particular compressor, I got all black wires. Wonderful. Remember what I told you? Sometimes they're all the same colors. Okay, so just make a 3-point diagram. Okay. Now, what we got to do is ohm out between these wires. So when you guys are ohming this stuff out, right? Okay, make sure you take your lead here and plug it into the lug like this, right here. You plug it in, that way you get a good reading right here, okay? Pick any two. 0.9 on that one. 0.9. Well, let's call it, hang on. Looks like 1.2. This connection's a little shaky here. Let's call it 1.2. Because it's bouncing around a little bit. That's because of how good the connection is or isn't. Let's call it 1.2, okay? Now I'm going to move that to another wire. 3.5. Close enough, 3 points. Okay, make up my mind, will you? Okay. 3.5. I'm going to go to the other one here now. 2 point.
Move up front.
2.6. All right. What's interesting here is I don't have anything to mark these with.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just realized how am I going to know which is which here now?
I was about to say the same thing.
We need some tape here. You got a Sharpie? Let's do this again.
What's that, man?
I just marked the leads A, B, and C, okay? Right on the lug. Okay, so between A and B, you'll be able to identify it there on your drawing here. This is the one I got 3.5 on.
Between A and B?
Yeah. Between A and C, this is the one I got 2.5 on. And then the last one is B to C. Yeah, that's the 1.2 right there.
Leak.
Okay. All right, so you got my positions there. You guys should always have a Sharpie out there in the field. You're gonna always need one. Well, we got it.
Just writing it down.
Okay, so C is common. Okay, C is common. There's C. It's right there. So I'm going to hook that right up here at the top. Okay. What is that? B is run. Okay. B is run. So I'm going to put that next right here. And C must be the start winding, right? I mean, A rather. A is the start winding. Okay. So now we know which windings are which on there in that compressor, right? Okay? Everybody good with that?
Yes.
We did? All right, so the first thing we gotta do here is get power to it, right? Now on these boards, we got a disconnect over here, okay, which goes to the plug, which will plug into these cords hanging down, right? Okay. L1 and L2 come in here on these terminal strips, right? So right here, this is L1, so I'm going to go ahead and hook this up to the top of this contactor here. Okay, and this is L2. We're going to take that to the other side of the contactor right here. That's too loose. Now, if you guys find loose connections, you've got to have zero tolerance for loose connections. I mean, absolute zero tolerance, okay? So if you find one that's loose, take your red-handled crimpers like this, lay it in there like that, and just lightly crimp it, okay? If you do it too hard, you won't be able to get it on there at all, okay? Okay, now it's on there, okay? Now, when we hook up this HSC contactor, what we're going to do is go ahead and just jump some wires over to it to get power to that one, okay? So we'll move this over here. Jump this from here over to this one right here. Okay. Give me a short one. Is all long, a mile long.
The orange one. I see it.
Huh?
I used it already.
I used it already. You got a shorter one? Yeah, well, I guess this will have to do. Right? I know what happened to all the wires I had made up last time. They've all disappeared. We're going to make up some more wires on Monday, gents. That's one thing we're going to do. Okay.
What's the typical gauge wire that you would use for this?
This one here, 12 gauge. Okay, for the high voltage. Now you see this one right here? Look at this one. Look at that lug right there. See that's pulling out right there? Okay?
No.
Now when I get done with this, I'm going to fix that. I'll cut that off and put a new lug on that, okay? We're not going to power this up anyway, so for now we're going to fix that after I get done, okay? All right, so we got power going to both contactors, right? Okay, so now we start hooking this up using the rules. What's the first rule for a compressor say? Okay, one line of power goes to compressor commons, right? Yep. Look at this lug right here. Look at this one. See how somebody did that? They stripped too much insulation off, and now the lug's sticking. That's a bare conductor right there. There's a good way to get lit up or have something ground or short out right there, okay? That is no good. That will be removed too when I get done, okay? We're going to fix that. All right. So one line of power. Now, when you guys are hooking up these contactors, I recommend that you start in the back, okay, and in the middle, and work your way out to the side, okay? Because that way it's easier to get to these pins back here, okay? So start in the middle, and work from the back to the front, from the middle to the side. Yes, they are. Okay, so one line goes to compressor commons, right?
Yes.
So we're going to use this cap right here for the compressor, this cap here for the outdoor fan, this one for the indoor fan. We are not going to mess with the dual run tonight, okay? All right, so we got to get to compressor common. This is the pot relay right here, right? Pot relay, start cap, okay? Fan relay, peanut relay, okay? All right, the rest of the stuff, transformer, I think you can identify, right? So let's go down here first. Okay, when you guys are laying these wires out too, try to imagine how it's all going to look when you're done. Okay, I need pin number 5. Which one did we say it was? That right there. It's hard to see in these shadows with this. Plus, I'm blind now. I can't see nothing up close. I got it. That's pin 5. I know it is right there. Okay, now we're going to jump a wire from there to where? Compressor common, right? So let's jump that from here. Compressor common, which is this one right here, right? That was C, right? C. That's too loose. Okay, there's the first step. One line of power goes to compressor commons, comes off T1, goes down here to pin 5 on a pot relay, bounces off that pin, and comes over to the compressor common winding on there, right there. Everybody see that? Okay, if you guys have a question while I'm doing this, stop me and I'll explain it, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. All right, what's the next rule say?
One line of power goes to line. 6 line of power.
One power
One line goes to run, this line powers my cap. So I got to get to the run winding, and I got to power this cap, and I got to power that cap, right? Okay, so let's use some shorter wire if we got it. All of these are a mile long, man. Okay. Can I use the same line of power?
No.
Not likely. So we're going to use T2, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and power this cap. All these are long, right? Is there anything shorter? Let me use that one. Let's use that. I want to try to conserve the long ones if I can. Okay. See that? Too loose. That one fell off my hand.
Greg, I'm tired.
Okay, one line goes to run, this line powers my cap. So let's go ahead and power this cap here. Okay, now we're going to bounce off that cap. Let's put it on this side. Bounce off that cap and power the start cap, right? Down here. I think I said that when I meant the start cap. Okay, so we got the start cap powered, the run cap powered. Now we got to get to the run winding, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and take that off here. Run is B, yes? Yes, it is. Okay. No. So we got one line of power going to run. That's the run winding. This line powers my caps. It bounces down here, powers the run cap, comes down here and powers the start cap right there. Everybody see that? Okay? Everybody watching this, right? Because when I get done doing this, you're up next. Okay? All right? All right, what's the next step, say, for a compressor?
All caps start discharge into the start winding.
All caps discharge the start winding, right? Okay, so which one's in the circuit all the time?
Run.
I recommend you do the run winding, or the run cap rather, first, okay? These are all a mile long, aren't they? Yeah, okay. It's not going to matter then. One line goes to run, or I'm sorry, all caps discharge start winding. So there's the start winding right there, and that's B, right? Or A, rather. Is that an A, right? Yeah, it's an A. Yeah, that's it right there, okay? So that cap is discharging in the start winding, right? Okay, what about the start cap, though?
Has to go through the pot relay.
Got to go through the pot relay, right? So I'm going to make the start cap discharge, right, to what pin number? Pin 1, because that pin 1 is called?
Start
Cap discharge. And on this one, it's this pin right down here.
And they are marked on the pot relay.
Yes, they are.
I already know how to do this.
Okay. All right. Now what? What's pin 2 called?
Start winding.
Compressor start winding, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get through that normally closed set of contacts, comes out there off pin 2, goes to the compressor start winding, right? And let's see, let's just follow that up where I put that just to make sure. Oh yeah, that's right, I hooked it to the run cap, remember that? So it acts like a guidepost, do you see that? Through here. More room.
Yeah, but we're not using
Because if you did it the other way instead of the way you recommend, then you'd have the start cap already in there and it'd probably confuse somebody.
You know what, dude? As long as it's the same point electrically, whatever you're comfortable with is fine with me, okay? It's just the way I do it, okay? Compressor is hooked up. Anybody got any questions? Questions? You sure? All right. You know what? I'm out of wires already. I need more wires. Okay, I'm gonna need some more wires. We got some more wires with lugs over there. Get some off top of that unit over there. Bring them over. We're gonna make more wires Monday anyway. Okay. Cool. Good. Thank you. Okay. Outdoor fan motor. Okay. We got to figure out this outdoor fan motor here, right? So let's see what we got here. We got 4 leads, is it? Right? Okay, that's a brown lead right there, and that's a brown with a white stripe right there, okay? So, no brainer here, yes? Yes. Let's untangle these a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put them up here first. Brown with a white. Brown. What's the brown wire for? What's that called? What is it? Start winding, right? Okay. Now we've got a white wire and we've got a black wire. So what's the white wire?
Run wire.
That's run. And black is high speed. Okay, and I'm laying them out in the order that those steps I'm going to go through it on there, right? Okay. All right. So the 2 brown lead motor, what do we do? Straight to the run cap, right?
Correct.
So here's one. Let's take that up here to this run cap. See if that'll reach. Okay. Take the other one right here. Right up here to the run cap. Ah, beautiful. Okay. All right, so that's powered up. That takes care of the first step. All caps discharge and start winding, right? What's the next step say to do? Okay, one line of power goes to run. This line powers my caps, right? Which device controls the outdoor fan?
CC contact.
This one, the CC contactor, right? So I got to get a line of power to this and take it down to where?
To
To the run winding, and I got to power the cap, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the run winding was what color?
White.
White, or it could be
Yellow.
yellow, right?
Yeah. It's like good job, boy.
Now, am I powering that cap?
No.
No.
Am I powering the cap? Yes. I'm not? Take a look at that motor. How many brown leads do I have? 2. What's brown with a white stripe called?
Same as run.
Same as run, right? Because electrically it's connected inside to the run winding, right? So if I run that power to the run winding, it jumps through the motor to that right there, the brown and white, and powers up the cap, right? So it's powered, yes?
Oh, wait, some white.
Okay? All right. What's next?
Brake speed.
Brake speed with contacts. I got to close the circle, right? What speed do I have on this motor?
High.
High. Now, do you see what I'm doing with these wires? How I'm laying them out in order that the steps are listed right there? That way you go right down the line like that. Makes it a little bit easier for you, yeah? Okay? All right. What? Idiot proof? Is that what you said? That remains to be seen.
We got a whole class of them.
I hope you're right there. I hope you're right. Okay, so all caps. Hang on. Brake speed with contacts, rather. Okay, so we got to get back up here to the other side line, right? We started a circle on T1, so I got to close it on
T2.
T2. Okay. There it is. Okay. Outdoor fans hooked up. Anybody got any questions on it? Anybody? Okay. Looks pretty easy, doesn't it? Huh?
We'll find out.
It's easy when I do it, yeah?
Yeah.
It is easy. Just got to follow step by step, right? Okay, let's hook up the indoor fan next. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, here's a bad thing right here. See this? Okay, I need 2 wire nuts right now, okay? These are speed windings that have been cut off by somebody. Those are hot and energized when that thing's plugged in. You cannot leave those like that. I need 2 wire nuts. How about somebody rode to the tool crib? Give me a couple of wire nuts. They were on here this morning. They're gone now.
What was it? Nobody? You gotta get everything over.
That's probably what happened.
Somebody run.
We got 2 brown leads, that's what these are. Hey, there's my run and there's my speed. You find something like this out in the field, okay, you need to put some wire nuts on those right there, okay? Do not leave those uncapped. Okay? You have any wire nuts in here anymore?
Boom. Where's the nuts?
Who went over to get them?
Wheeler.
Good Lord, dude. We got the whole variety pack, okay? Thank you.
That's what drove good in there.
I'm trying to, man. Fuck this.
That's became an Afro.
Same here.
Let's just screw on, okay? All right, we ready?
Yes.
Let's hook this bad boy up, okay? We got 2 white wires right here. Now, we could prove this with an ohm meter, but I already know that these are the 2 brown leads, okay? So in order to save time right now, I'm just going to make that assumption, but I know it to be true already, because I did this one this morning, okay? But you prove it with a meter when you're doing it, okay? So, 2 brown leads, they go straight to the cap, right?
Yep.
So we're going to take care of that step first. So I'm going to put them first on the ladder right here, okay? What's the yellow wire?
Run.
What?
Run.
Yeah, it's common, but we usually call it what? Run, right?
Run.
Okay, so run will be the next step. Let's put that on there. And black?
Oh,
no, high speed.
High speed, okay?
Oh, you guys are going.
There you go.
Come on, bro.
Too loose. Crippers.
Man. That's what
That's what she is.
Okay. Then what's this right here? Yeah, wire nut. What's this?
Heat pump.
What's this?
Medium.
Okay, medium and low there, right?
Nice.
Okay. Indoor fan, first step. What do we gotta do?
Independent power.
How can you see how can you see out over there? You got elastic eyes? Okay. Don't miss out. Okay. First thing we gotta do is take them both to the run cap, right? Straight to the run cap, isn't that right? Yes. That's why it's called a
No brainer.
Come on, Gary. Don't get over that.
Oh, I get all the hard questions. Okay, straight to the run cap, yeah? 1. If it ain't tight,
Ain't right.
ain't right. Okay, there's the run cap hooked up, right? That also took care of step 1, all caps discharge start winding, yes?
Yep.
Step 2, what's it say to do? What?
One line goes to the
Power goes to run. This line powers my cap.
Yeah, I need longer than that. Now this is the indoor fan motor, right?
Yeah.
So where do I get power from this one?
L1.
From the L side, right?
right.
Okay. Now you'll notice up here. You guys notice this is kind of crowded up here. Look at this one. This is a nice virgin contactor up here, right? Yeah. And it's jumped right there. Couldn't I use that right there to get L1? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Okay. So 1 line of power goes where now? What are we doing with this?
Run.
1 line goes to run. This line powers my cap, correct?
Yes.
So let's see where we're going to go here. Run winding black, yes. Oh, hang on. Run yellow, I mean. Sorry. I'm thinking ahead already. Okay. 1 line goes to run, right? Now, is that powering my cap?
No.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Is it powering the cap?
No.
What kind of motor is it? It's got 2 brown leads, right? Brown with a white stripe is called what? Same as run. That means this one here is connected to that one there internally, right? So we're powering that cap by hooking that up right there, right? Okay, don't forget that. So we got line 1 going in there, okay? Now I got to close the circle, right?
Yep.
Brake speed with contacts, yes? Okay, so what's going to break the speed here? We're going to use this relay here. You got pin 1, which is where power comes in. You got pin 2, which is normally closed, and you got pin 3 over here, which is normally open, okay? All right? So this is where we want to go. We're going to break speed right here. And this is going to run over to the black wire here, the high speed, okay? Now we're breaking speed with that right there, okay? Now I got to close the circle, so where do I have to go here?
From IDF to line 2.
I got to get back up to the top of this contactor, right? This is pin 1. This is your L pin. This is where power comes in. So we got to take this up here. And take that to the top up here. Boy, that's a little short. I'm going to move this one over here. Does it matter? It's AC. Who cares, right?
Yep.
Right.
As long as it don't cross it, right? Never. There you go. Okay? Indoor fan is hooked up. Everybody see that? Okay? Starting to look like a rat's nest here, yeah?
Yep.
Yes, it does. You ain't seen nothing yet, okay? Where do you get in the heat pumps? You think this is busy, okay? But you got to get this down before you get over there. You'll be completely, hopelessly lost, okay? All right, so now, high voltage. The only thing we're not going to hook up is the heater strip. Normally there'd be 2 leads run through here. You would hook one up to this side, one up to that side. That's the heater strip contactor, okay? We're going to assume that you can figure that out, okay? So we still want to wire this contactor. We're just not going to hook anything to it, okay? All right, okay. Next thing is low voltage. The transformer, by the way, is already hooked up for you. You don't have to worry about hooking that up. It's already in there, right? Okay, so that's good to go. So let's go ahead and do low voltage. I'm going to need some more wires. And, you know, if we can get the smaller gauge wires, that would be nice. What we got up here?